Nyakabonde, a small Ugandan town, 20 kilometers from the border with DR Congo. Hundreds of refugees arrive every day at this transit camp run by the government and the UN. They are fleeing clashes between the Congolese army and the M23 rebel group.
Wash your hands first and line up before entering.
The displaced know this center well already. Marita has been there for a week, and this is not her first time in Uganda. She fled a village at night with her sisters and their children. They left all their belongings behind.
I want to stay here and regain my energy. I'm traumatized and have high blood pressure from the stress of the bombs that flew over our heads as we tried to escape. God protects us.
The living conditions here are tough. The center can accommodate 850 people, but its capacity is often exceeded. Marita sleeps on the floor.
This is where I live, in this tent. We're 3 families living here, and here are our children.
Since last March, violence has increased in the Rutshuru region. Uganda is often the only safe haven for the displaced.
Maybe one day the situation will be better back home, and it will be safe once more. We will go home one day.
Fighting between M23 and Congolese soldiers has thrown around 400,000 people out of their homes, a regional crisis and a challenge for the Ugandan government and the UN.
Mama came from Rutshuru.
Then the other family members are in Rutshuru.
We are struggling to accommodate everyone right now because of shelter. Initially, they thought when they go back to DRC, the situation was going to calm down, but immediately they went back, the fighting resumed heavily. It looks like it may continue for some time, and this has made most of them now to make their mind.
In the border town of Bunagana, small groups are crossing to Uganda, others are turning back to the M23-controlled territory in Congo. Despite the fighting, some still wants to return to their villages. This family first fled in April, then in November, and now wants to go back home.
How can I stay here with nothing? Where am I going to sleep? I have no money to rent a house. I no longer have the energy to work in the fields. I'm old now, I'm 73. How am I going to survive here in Uganda?
Those choosing to stay could previously settle in a large Nyakabonde camp, which hosted up to 30,000 people. But the government closed it in October due to a lack of funding. The district chairman stood against the closing.
The vacation was done hurriedly. Imagine in this rainy season, when a mother has a baby, another one is crying, another one is here. People in Congo would want to come as they used to be, as their refuge. But they are fearing to flee because they know we are here ready for them with buses to bundle them and take them to settlements without considering other things which are necessary.
The same morning, buses are indeed there. 1,000 refugees are sent 300 kilometers away to decongest the transit center. They arrive at Nakivale, the oldest refugee settlement on the continent. This year, 24,000 Congolese chose to relocate here. The new arrivals are picking up material to build themselves their first shelter.
They have told them they are going to be settled the other side, where there are plantations of maize, of beans.
Jocelyn grew up in the camp and is now working for a Norwegian NGO. Her parents fled the Congo 10 years ago when fighting first broke out between M23 and the army.
I'm very sure my fellow refugees are going to also do the same. They are going to acquire education. They are going to start their new life here.
Jocelyn is optimistic, but finding a place in the settlement can be a tough task. Thomas and his family arrived 2 months ago.
We lived in a tent before, but it was destroyed after heavy rains and floods. A friend lent me his house. I don't have a job here. I only survive on beans, corn, and oil donated by the UN.
With 170,000 refugees in the settlement and most Congolese spread over 80 villages, opportunities are rare for newcomers.
See, before all the refugees were being given big plots of land. But now that we have an influx of refugees coming in Nakivale, and there are very many, land is now becoming small. So we have to share even that small we are given before.
A third of the country's refugees are now Congolese. More than 100,000 have crossed the border into Uganda this year. The UN expects an additional 50,000 people to arrive by 2023.